First of all, it's great to be here in this present time and this moment. And sometimes it's good to appreciate that time and that attention that you bring to the space. So my journey started 2 years ago in Lagos, Nigeria. I remember sitting in my dad's office. I didn't know what to do. And I was on the laptop and I stumbled upon a video on YouTube. And the creator of the video was trying to explain how the Fibonacci sequence, how the golden spiral, especially how it manifested in the environment. And I remember jumping out of my dad's office like a little kid, running into the garden to see plants, trees that I have seen for over 10 years. But this time, it was with a new kind of lens, a spiral lens. I was looking to find out how this exists in the environment. Now, there are only two things that can take me out of my house. First is music. And second is church, because I grew up in a Christian home. And so this brought me out. And so for me, it was a question. How is it that this image inspired me so much that I had to leave home to the environment and start to look for what I don't know sometimes exists? What is it about this spiral? What is it about the rose that when a lady sees it, she feels like, ooh, this is sweet? And what is it about a girl flipping up her hair on the beach and guys saying, oh, that girl was beautiful? So it happened that along my search, I found something that could explain this. And this is what is known as the typicality effect. Now, this is part of a mechanism called evolutionary psychological mechanisms. Now, when we talk about evolution, we only look at the physical body. We fail to acknowledge that the mind also evolves. Today, we plan our lives with the currently known calendars, and this has an impact on our minds, but sometimes we don't know it. And so the fact that this image got me to go out of my environment, I thought to myself, what if I could start to view my day and plan my day in a different way? Could it make me see life experiences in a whole new way that I have never seen it before? And so this was my goal about 2 years ago. And this is a simple representation of what it would look like if I planned my day in graphics. Of course, I have my notepad where I draw the spiral, but this is just something to show you. Now, there are three things that happened that I noticed when I started to use this to view my days. The first thing is the thought. My thoughts began to change. Now, trust me, I've seen some of you here today, but what you didn't know was that as I was looking at you, I was trying to figure out the spiral in your body. So I was sitting at the back and I could see the middle of some of your hair, and there was a spiral there. And so everywhere I go, there's this conscious streak to look at nature and to identify these beautiful patterns. And for me, it just feels like joy. Second is your spiral experiences. So what happened is that over time, I began to experience the same things again. Now I want you to imagine for a moment. Imagine sitting in this room filled with this spiral glass. Now imagine that each glass is a month. Imagine that one glass is January. Imagine that another glass is February. Now what happened is that I began to notice a sequence of events with the people I met and the kind of discussions that we had. Now with this, I was able to pattern my life in different ways. Now what usually happens is that, so let's say I meet a lovely lady by January and we talk and we have fun and we discuss about stuff. What usually happens is that by the next year, I will meet someone unique and we would most likely have the same definition. Discussion. Now, the lady might be different, but what I ended up doing is having a similar conversation that wasn't too different. So I began to notice synchronicities in my life, I began to notice patterns. Lastly, is what I like to call golden teachers. So with this spiral, what begins to happen is that you begin to see people with a different perspective. Everyone becomes like a teacher, teaching you different things in different times and different seasons. You begin to view yourself like a plant, in a sense. You see the apple tree, there's a period in which it produces fruits, and there's a period in which it doesn't. And so, everyone, whether it's your friend, your mother, begins to give you knowledge in different periods, and then you begin to notice these patterns. Now, sometimes there are things that happen in our lives when we meet people that behave in maybe a way that you don't like, and for some reason you judge them, or you say, oh, this person is not good for me, whatever. But most times, that person is there to teach you something. Now, if you hold on to that experience, by the time the next person comes to teach you something, you don't get it anymore. And so, imagine, this is how I imagine myself. Imagine that I'm sitting and the world is spinning around me. And then people come with their gifts and they leave just to help me become a better person. Ladies and gentlemen, it's sometimes mysterious how a simple image can change your mind and make you see life in a different way. Just a simple spiral. This is the life that I live, that started with golden curiosity, golden awareness, and here I am. I hope that my story has inspired you to really change the way you view life. Thank you.